Okay, hola. So this is my Cancun video journal. Unfortunately at the moment it's really windy. I've been laying on the beach all morning. It is 1:45 in the afternoon, and the wind has really come up. But I'm in my all-inclusive resort here in Cancun. The camera is literally bouncing. Okay, so forget about outside, it's too windy. Now we're inside in my hotel room in my all-inclusive resort place. Okay. Mexico. I love Mexico. I have only seen a very, very small part of Mexico. I'm in Cancun. I was fortunate enough to go down and visit Tulum the other day, which was absolutely beautiful, and I'm really happy and thrilled that I was able to go down there. So, okay, so how did I arrive in Mexico to start with? Mexico was not on my original plan at all. It wasn't even a thought. And I was sitting in New York about 9-10 weeks ago now, trying to think where I was going to go as I kind of made my way across the country towards LA. I'm flying out of LA in a couple of days to go to Dubai, and I was just trying to fill in the time. And Mexico just popped into my head, or actually I think maybe I'd seen a news article. Like I was looking on the computer in the New York hostel, and something prompted me for Mexico, and I was like, yep, I'm going to go to Mexico. And I emailed my amazing travel agent and said to her, I'm thinking about Mexico, what do you think? And she just wrote back to me, yes, do it. That was it, just in her email, yes. So I was like, okay, great, it's done. So it was literally a not even 30-second decision to decide to come here. And then I was trying to decide where I was going to go in Mexico, because I'd heard like Mexico is unsafe and there's different areas you can go in where you can't and things like that. And I was going to try and get into Oaxaca because I thought that seemed like a really good kind of place, not too touristy, some authentic Mexico, but was still quite safe. And I just couldn't get there. I couldn't make it work. There was no direct flights and that type of thing. And Cancun was just... It was just calling out. It was just the place it was the easiest. It was the path of least resistance is what it was. So that's what I ended up doing. And my travel agent Siobhan said to me, because I was just going to book into a hostel in Cancun, and my travel agent said that everyone that she had talked to who'd been to Cancun that didn't do it regretted not doing this all-inclusive package, because that's what you come to Cancun for. And I was hesitant to do it. It's a lot of money that I don't really have compared to the price of the hostel, which I've been through the whole way around the world. I like hostels, and I was hesitant to do it, but I thought, okay, I'll do it for half, or I'll do it for like kind of a little bit less than half. So I decided at the end of my Mexico stay, in my Cancun stay, that yep, okay, I'll come to an all-inclusive, and then the first part that I can go into a hostel, meet a few people, do some stuff, and then I'll go and relax at this resort place. So that's what I did, and so I arrived in Mexico out of LA, and it was late at night. I took the shuttle. Everyone else was getting off at these big resorts, because there's kind of there's the hotel area, and then there is downtown Cancun. And downtown Cancun is much more like the real Mexico kind of feel to it. The hotel area it's tourist. It's tourist. It's expensive. It's resorts. It's the touristy hub. And I'd watched, it was late, it was like 10 o'clock at night. No, it wasn't that late. It was like 7 o'clock at night. Came out of LA, took the shuttle, was watching everyone get off at these resorts, thinking to myself, oh, I would love to just get out of the resort right now and relax in a hotel room. My flight had been delayed out of LA. I'd been either in an airport or on a plane for 10 hours that day. I was just tired, and I was like, yeah, a hotel would be good. But I wasn't going to a hotel, I was going to a hostel. So I arrive at the hostel and get out of the shuttle, and then a guy comes out who says to me, oh, can I take your bags? And I say, no, it's fine. I'll take it myself. I don't need you. I don't need you to take my stuff. And he went, and I paid the hostel guy and went in, and I paid the shuttle guy and went in. And then I realised that the guy who offered to take my bags was actually the hostel manager, who I had annoyed a little bit that I hadn't taken him up on his offer to carry my bags for me. And I hadn't taken him up because I didn't know who he was. I thought, no, you're just some guy who, like, when you get to an airport anywhere in the world, people just come up and they grab your bags, and then you end up having to pay them money. And I just automatically no. And so, yeah, so I said no, and then it turns out that that guy that offered to take my bags was the manager of this fantastic hostel, and I was fortunate enough to have Ernest, the manager, come and take me all around Cancun and Tulum. So it ended up working out quite well. So that's how I started, and that's how I ended up at the hostel originally. Hostel Orquídez, which is a fantastic, great, wonderful atmosphere, really good, like, kind of European style hostel where it's small, it's intimate, everyone hangs out together, talks together. Hermes is the one of the big reasons for the good culture there. Like, he talks to everyone and encourages everyone to be social and is interested in talking to everyone, and doesn't get bored with what anyone is saying, and is full of knowledge and very intelligent, and and puts on this real social atmosphere. So the hostel, I was there for five nights, I think, and they provide breakfast and they provide dinner every day for free. It's included in the price, and I just loved it. So because of that, my time in Mexico just started off perfectly. Especially when Hermes said to me when I walked in, and I still had holding my bag, and he was like, you can put your stuff down, you're home. And that's exactly what I needed to hear at that moment. So then, unfortunately, the next day, which you'll see on the upcoming videos, it was pouring with rain. But that actually led to everything kind of rolling into place. So Mexico, I can't describe my week in Mexico. Like, I just can't. Everything has happened. It's just rolled out perfectly. Like, it started with a hot chocolate, and it just turned into 4 days of everything just going so smoothly, one thing leading into the next, one thing working out perfectly, the bus running on time, getting us to the movies in time, getting us going to this amazing taco place which resulted from this hot chocolate. Like, I have these stories of how this week happened, but if I try and explain it, I don't think anyone would believe me. Like, it just, I have been told that things happen quickly in Cancun, and this is the region for it. The Mayans were here. There's video on here when we're going through the Mayan temples and things like that. It is a magical place here, and I just, everything just worked out. And so I've had some of the best days of my whole life here, in Cancun and in Tulum. And Tulum is, I'm thrilled that I was able to get there. Aramis was able to go with me, and it's a 2-hour bus ride down south from Cancun, and it's an all-day trip to do everything. And I rode a bike all day, which I had avoided for 9 months, because it's not my favourite thing in the world. I will do it, but it's not my favourite thing. But I ended up having such a great time, and there were certainly some very challenging moments on the bike, and I struggled, but the whole day just worked out perfectly. Unfortunately, leading on from that kind of awesome 4 days or so that I had, I got sick. So I ended up here in the all-inclusive resort with a fever, which is probably a good thing, because the all-inclusive resort is not... It's lonely. It's lonely here. I've never done one of these before. I've never been in an all-inclusive resort. I wasn't really sure what it's like. And I'm happy I've done it. I know what it's like now. And this would be a great place to come if I had like friends or family here, or if I was in a couple. It's not where these all-inclusive resorts are not for solo travellers, I don't think. And I've kind of done everything about everyone. When I said to people I'm going to Cancun, everyone immediately thought, oh, tequila and margaritas and drinking and partying and going crazy. And I haven't done Cancun for any of what people stereotypically think of it. I have done it completely differently, and I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. I don't care. I don't care that I haven't done it the way that nobody else thinks so. I haven't had a tequila shot. I haven't had a margarita. No. Yes, probably some of that is because I am a little bit sick. But this all-inclusive resort isn't what I thought it was going to be. I actually had my priorities, well, my thoughts a little bit backwards. So I thought the hostel, I was a little bit nervous about that, and I wasn't sure. And I thought the all-inclusive would be quite good and relaxed, and there'd be lots of people, and there'd be heaps of people going out and socialising and stuff like that. No, it was the total opposite. The hostel was the place to be. I absolutely loved it. Here at the all-inclusive, it's fine. It's not an expensive all-inclusive. It's one of the cheaper ones. But everything is closed by 10:30. I haven't talked to one guest since I've been here, and now I've been here for 3 days. I've talked to the staff, but the guests don't talk because they're in their own parties. They're in their own groups of people. And people who are already in their little kind of groups, and they're closed. They're closed, and so it's difficult to break into. So yeah, I'm happy to be here. It's nice to be able to get up, have some breakfast, go out, lie on the beach. That's quite good. And yes, I have been sick, so for the past couple of days I've been just taking a nap, and it has been nice just to come back here and be in a room and just be sick and do that by myself. But yeah, certainly do the hostel. Do the hostel. Everything was perfect. And not only that, the hostel is in downtown Cancun, and downtown Cancun is much more, it's much more authentic Mexico. There's no cheap touristy stuff. There's no mariachi, and there's no sombreros, and there's lots of touristy crap. Real Mexican people don't do that. But yeah, I've been incredibly fortunate to be able to eat home-cooked Mexican food that has been some of the best food that I've eaten anywhere in the world. I've experienced what real Mexican people do, what music they listen to, what food they eat, what kind of interests them, what they do for fun, and that type of thing. And it's cheaper. Downtown Cancun is is cheaper than being here in the hotel district. Like, these hotels can go up to, God, probably $1,000 a night or something crazy. Downtown Cancun, the hostel was like $15 a night to stay there. It's great. There's markets there. There's pharmacies. There's bits and pieces of shops. There's beautiful little restaurants. You can go and get laundry done. We went to a amazing, beautiful new little restaurant that that served us fish tacos and manta ray soup, and they just kept giving us all this free food because Ray said find it the other day. Like, it was just, yeah, everything was just beyond. It's beyond great. Like, I really just don't have the words for it. And all I can say is that I will come back to Mexico 100%, 150% I will come back to Mexico. I would love to explore the rest of it. I would love to see the other regions. Yep, there are some dangerous areas here. Mexico City, I would be a little bit nervous about going into at the moment, just because there is such large political unrest going on here. But this Mexico is enchanting. It's really enchanting, and I fully encourage anyone who is thinking of coming here, come, see it. You'll get here and you'll understand, especially if you can see the real stuff. So yeah, this has been amazing. And I fly out tomorrow, and so tomorrow I go back to Los Angeles and I'm there for 1 day, and then I fly to Dubai and I'm in Dubai for 2 or 3 days, I think, and then I'm in Australia. I can't believe it. Really can't believe it. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I've got some videos now that I took of what we did, and yeah, that's it. Okay, bye. Sorry, really fast. Okay, I forgot to tell you this awesome story, which I'll have to tell you. So I was sitting in the hostel, and I was inside, and Amros calls out to me and says, "Carly, I've got some of your neighbours here." And I was like, "What? What's going on?" And I walk out to the back where Amros is sitting with these two people, a guy and a girl. And I walk out, and this guy says to me, "Carly Newman?" And I was like, "Yes." And he says his name, and I'm like, "Oh my God, Pete." It turns out that Pete and his wife were sitting there. Pete recognised me, had told Amos that they were from Adelaide, and Amos knew I was from Adelaide and was like, "Hang on a second, Carly." I sat next to Pete in primary school 20 years ago, and I haven't seen him for 20 years. And he and his wife have just lived in London for 5 years and are about to move back to Adelaide and arrive, I think, on the same day that I fly back into Adelaide. And I walked out, and there he was. And so that was just like, yeah, it was just another crazy, magical, weird coincidences that have happened while I've been in Cancun. This guy that I haven't seen since I sat next to him in primary school, Emma was joking when he said that he's got my neighbours there because he just heard they were from the same city as me. We sat next to each other and haven't seen each other in 20 years. And then it turns out that Jackie, Pete's wife, also went to the same high school as me. And yeah, we just bumped into each other in Mexico, as you do. So yeah, that was just, that's crazy, blows my mind story. Yeah, it's amazing. Okay, videos now. Inclusive hasta para ir a la casa.
Okay, so this is my first day in Cancun. I arrived at like 9 o'clock last night. I was hoping to be relaxing on the beach in the sun today, but instead it's pouring with rain. It's absolutely pissing with rain. And I have no food at all. The hostel is fantastic. They provide breakfast and dinner. But it's lunchtime and I've got nothing at all, so I need to get to the supermarket. So I'm walking 3 blocks to the supermarket and it's pouring rain. It's still nice and warm weather. It's like 25 degrees or so. It's really humid here. But yeah, this is what I'm doing today. I'm literally walking through like massive puddles in the rain, looking for the supermarket if I can find it, which I don't know if I can. I might already be lost. So yeah, great day. So I'm here in Cancun. The sun is out today. It's a little bit windy. It's supposed to maybe rain this afternoon, but I'm just walking through the central Cancun city streets from the hostel. I went to the Walmart, bought a towel. I went to Walmart and bought a towel. I went to the market. Yeah, just having a walk around. And now hopefully, since the sun is out, I'm going to try and get to the beach. Yay! Finally, in 2 days in Mexico, I made it to the beach. Or Masonayo here. Yay! Hooray! Okay. So Masonayo in Cancun, and we are about to eat manta ray and omes.
Chicharrones are a dish that you normally eat with pork, but in this case it's manta ray. You take the skin and then you deep fry it. After you put like this thing that's like bread, you bread it and then you fry it. And you have it as a snack, as pretty much like an appetizer before you start eating.
Okay. And they've given us this on the house.
Yes, on the house.
That's our house. Okay.
Pero usted es el experto. Nos puede decir cómo se hace, no el secreto. I'm telling him to see if he can not give us the secret, but you know, like what the process, el proceso general, ¿no? Porque la receta puede ser particular.
Es muy sencillo. Son trozos delgados de mantarraya.
So it's small slices of manta ray.
Yeah.
Y se sazonan con ajo, pimienta y algunas especies.
Seasoned with spices, garlic, and pepper.
Se cubren con poquita harina.
They covered them with a little harina powder, flour powder, harina. And you deep fry it.
Fry it up.
¿A quién le gusta? Sí, es muy sencillo. Tiene que ser delgado, porque si es grueso queda jugoso, no debe estar jugoso.
So he says they have to be thin, because if they're thick, they're not juicy anymore.
Yeah.
No, they're juicy. They're not supposed to be juicy.
Okay. It's supposed to be crispy.
Es muy sencillo, no es difícil. Tenemos otras
Yo no los
cosas.
había probado,
Mira, ¿quieren probar acá sopa de esto? Tengo hecha, deja aquí.
Come out the other side in a food coma. Yet again.
Hello.
It's still being eaten. Aramis is still trying to eat his. I just gave up. That's what's left of mine. You can't see all the remaining food. I'm done.
I actually finished mine.
Done.
So it's all up to you
That's
now.
a proud man right there. I am a total failure. It's not happening. That's what they feed.
Huh?
That's what they feed. That's why they're there. So cute.
Hi. So I'm in the hostel in Cancun, and Alanis is making me lunch.
You don't want to see you doing this. Not this.
Camera shy today. But yeah, it's a good day in Cancun.
So I survived 9 months without being on a bicycle, and in Mexico on a bicycle. Alice is thrilled. I am not.
Hello. Hermes.
Alice is thrilled. Supposed to be the wild iguanas are, and there's like 4 of them here at the moment. It's cool. Oh my god, this is so hot.
It's really good.
Oh yeah. Look at the gazillions of people up there though.
Yeah, there is.
This is amazing. This is amazing, beautiful Mexico. Oh my god.
People go naturally there.
Yeah.
Or it's just like a natural. Inside. That's the access point to this area.
Yeah.
To the city, to the dock.
Okay. That's good. This is a good spot.
Yeah.
Okay, so at the moment we have just come to Elmas, where is this called?
Cenote.
Oh, it's all fogged up. Cenote. I'm gonna see if I can clean the lens.
The Mayas considered cenotes
The cenotes.
doors to the infraworld, to another
Where are
dimension.
you standing?
So these are sacred places. Standing in the dark.
Oh, so it's like this fresh water. It's a little bit cold. Within like these awesome caves. It's awesome. I'm happy I survived the bike ride out here. Oh, and you can go under. Oh. So this is the most beautiful, amazing cave. Amazing place. Like, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. I've never been anywhere like this. I can't even describe it. I'm so happy that we made it out here. I'm so happy that I made it out here on a bike. It's just gorgeous. It's just... This is it. This is where I am. My life gets more amazing every day. Every day, I've been saying it for months. How much more amazing can my life get? And it just gets more every day. There are all bats. There are bats up in the cave ceiling here. I don't know if you can see them, but they flutter around and they were just squeaking. So there's one through to the back. God, it's amazing. Creepy, freaky. Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned that turtle's going to come and munch on my tree. Like he's heading towards me very intently. He seems like good looking toes. I should munch on one of those. Turtle, you can't appropriate at all. I just want to put my feet in the water, turtle. You're like preventing me from doing it. I'll touch you. Yeah, see? Maybe people feed them and that's why they're here about. Kelly's just hanging out. No one cares about his feet. This turtle's upset. Like, no. Kelly wants to eat some feet that I can't munch on.
Say hi to the camera, Kelly.
Hi, camera.
Oh.
So we've just had the most amazing Mexican day. And now we are finishing our awesomely amazing Mexican day with Chinese food.
I don't know why it's Chinese food. It is.
It's really good.
And it's really good.
It's really, really good.
Gracias.
This is the all-inclusive resort that I'm currently in. Okay, it's fine. It's just standard kind of very touristy resort area. Yeah, but it's nice to be able to just walk straight out of my room and head to the beach and these deck chairs and stuff. That everyone can use. So that's where I'm going now. Just came around to the restaurant and now we're at the beach. So this finally looks like I have a nice sunny